Are you ready? 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 Are you ready for the Year of Shame Challenge?
Hello and welcome to the July episode of the Year of Shame podcast 2016. Brief introduction to what this is if you don't already know. After 7 episodes, we are attempting to go through a year without buying games and purely playing through our back catalogue of fun games that have been sitting there unloved and needing some attention. With me as always, I have my 3 sexy co-hosts, Adrian Garlike, smiling like a trooper,
Hello.
Jayce Stokes, sitting there, and Neale, who is, drumroll, sober. Welcome to the show, guys. How you doing?
I like the way you were pointing at people on the screen. That was really good for the listeners, I think.
It wasn't for the listeners, that was for me and you, to give you the cue to do something.
I don't know whether Neale being sober is a good thing or a bad thing. We'll find out in an hour.
See, he's very smiley. It's good.
Listeners will. Yeah, I'm not. Yeah, I'm. You'll see a whole and hear a whole new Neale this evening.
you actually look awake.
We like the old one.
No,
you look
the old
awake
one was
and
bad.
Like
yeah.
full of energy.
Somebody get some Sambuca in that man's hand.
Yeah, exactly. Tequila, that man.
I don't think I've seen you so smiley when drunk. So maybe sober is the new drunk.
No,
Said no one ever.
yeah, said above no bar anywhere ever. No, I just decided I've got to stop drinking as much, and especially recording something that people listen to, because the last recording, holy shit, I listened to the first 3 minutes and I had to stop because I was far too drunk for my own good. But no, we're gonna have a good evening. You're going to get to see a different side of me. I'm actually going to come out with probably some intelligent things, maybe.
Now we're pushing.
But I don't want to make any promises.
We might be pushing it a bit there, but we can see how it goes.
See, I'm drinking pop.
So, now that we've all assessed the fact that Neale's sober and everyone else is here, I think we should go straight into the feelings thing. To discuss how we have been feeling since our last show, which people will be very surprised to know was only 4 weeks ago and actually hit the monthly timeline. So we might catch people off guard when this comes out.
There's still time for me to leave this on the editing floor for another 6 weeks, mate.
Yeah.
It's fine.
There's too many bikes to ride.
That's something we definitely should bear in mind. But in the spirit of optimism that we all seem to be feeling today, I think we should move into the next section. And I'm going to point my audible finger at Finger of Chance, do your dance. I pick Neale. Tell us how it feels to be sober and not playing games.
So what was your question? Sorry, I missed that. Just by ignoring you. What were you saying?
How you doing?
How am I doing? I'm alright. I'm not too bad at all. Life is what it's normally like in July. It's bloody hot outside, and I want to be in beer gardens. I want to be enjoying myself, but I also want to be going through my pile of shame as well. And it's getting difficult because I think you can see the games that you want to play and the big hitters coming, and you can feel them coming. So looking at your pile, I really am getting that sense of, yeah, but if I wait, I can play new games in 5 months' time, 6 months' time. So for me, I'm finding it very difficult to to crack on with it all. I'm playing games, don't get me wrong, and we'll talk about that later, I'm sure. But me myself, I'm all right. I'm not too bad. Thank you for asking. I feel like I'm in an AA session though. I feel like I'm, this is 72 hours since I've had the last alcoholic beverage, and I've not killed anybody, so all's going well.
This is kind of therapy. It's a good way of therapy, in a closed group that gets broadcast to millions of listeners. So,
millions. I didn't pay for that much bandwidth. Sorry.
In my head, it's millions. Let me have my dreams. That was a very good positive start to the show. Let's see if we can get some balance. Jayce, how are you feeling?
Yeah.
I'm feeling wonderful. Feeling wonderful, mate. The year is good. The mountains are there. The bikes are there. The beer is there. Yeah, I'm feeling amazing. Oh, about the challenge.
Yep.
Yeah, something. I played a couple of games, but that's about it.
Well, that's good. It's good to know
summer's
we've got
here, man.
bit-
Don't expect me to play games in the summer when there's fucking bikes to ride and mountains to ride up. You know the score.
I do.
Lycra man.
I do. I do. And you look very good in Lycra too, Jayce, I must say.
Yeah, pretty good, yeah. I also look good in mountain bike kit because I haven't got out of it after another sweaty ride, so I'm fucking stinking my flat out to be with you people. Come on.
The thing is, I'm so surprised how many mountain bikes you've got in your living room, Jayce. Are you sat on a mountain bike right now? Because there's no possible way there's any actual floor space. Are you balanced on some handlebars?
I do have a tyre here within arm's reach. If you're interested
Are you checking for air holes? Have you got a puncture? You got your
no, this is actually a rip tyre. So this is formerly known as a tyre. Anyway, that's enough about bikes.
Oh,
good.
Okay.
Games podcast apparently.
It is.
Oh, right, okay.
Ady, what are you saying?
I'm awesome. I know I had my down.
Oh, fuck off,
Ady,
last month, positivity again.
I praise the TV program that is Big Brother because my wife has got into it this year, so she sits and watches it every night. So I get to escape to the little room at the back of the house where my trusty Xbox and PlayStation are, and I get to play games every single night. And
you lucky bastard.
Yeah, who needs a Joker and a gift? Fuck that. I've got games to play.
Now you might be on something there because I've been weaning my missus off of those sorts of shows.
No, push them onto her.
No, yeah.
Well, just because I was into my PC gaming and it's in the main room, so I sort of weaned her off it a bit so I could maybe get a bit more screen time. But with games starting to come out on the PlayStation and me being able to play them next year, maybe I need to sort of wean her back on over the next 6 months, just slowly, so she doesn't know what's happening. And then,
mate, there is some really shit TV out there that women like the women that like shit TV. There is some serious shit. There's something called Love Island, right?
There is.
She's not into that, but anything that's a country followed by the two words top model, she's on that. Same with
Luxembourg's top model.
Yeah, same with Biggest Loser. Anything, Antarctica's Biggest Loser. Any of them.
What about
awesome?
Does she like dating shows?
Inuit's Biggest Loser.
No, she doesn't watch dating shows, unfortunately.
She's addicted to this fucking whale blubber. I just can't get enough of this whale shit. I'm apologising to all our Alaskan listeners, by the way. I'm sorry about that.
But I got a little bit gutted the other night because she said that was the last episode of Big Brother, and I was thinking, shit, she's going to kind of be like, oh, shall we watch a film tonight? Or, oh, shall we watch some TV tonight? And, oh no, Celebrity Big Brother starts.
Yes! Exactly. That's where my missus is right downstairs.
3 or 4 weeks of freedom. It's awesome. So yeah, I'm good.
That's good.
You've been playing loads of games as well, haven't you?
Yeah, I've been playing loads of games. Matt,
so how are you doing, Matthew?
How am I doing? I'm doing very well as well. I am feeling very, very happy with the world. Much like Jayce, not really games related. It's sunny and that means outdoor time. And I get the feeling that the reason we are so upbeat this month is because it's that kind of time of year when naturally you wouldn't play so many games anyway. So it kind of takes our mind off the fact we're on the challenge. And to be honest, the challenge, I haven't even really thought about the challenge other than, looking forward to recording with you guys at the end of the month for the whole month because it's been sunny, I've been out on the bike and I've barely played anything. We'll cover that later, but it's been good. All the time the sun's out, I think the Year of Shame challenge is a fairly easy burden to bear. As soon as the clouds start rolling in and the sun dips below the horizon a bit earlier, I think that'll probably change. But for now, 4 out of 4, I reckon.
The thing is, what you've done is you're kind of combating half the problem, aren't you? You're not buying any video games because you're not playing video games. So in a way, you're doing it right. But there's still the aspect of clearing that pile.
Yeah. 50-50. So yeah, the pile of shame isn't actually decreasing, but nor am I thinking or worrying or stressing out about increasing it. So, you know, got autumn and winter for that, but for now you get 4 to 6 weeks of summer in this country, and I'm going to make the most of them. So
the thing for me is I'm at a point at the moment where for the first time in a long time I don't consider games to be my main hobby. That's where I'm at.
I'd agree with you. For me, I think I have two priorities throughout the year. I think from April time to probably September, October, cycling's definitely my main bag, and then from October to March, depending on how the seasons treat us, games is back to being my main hobby. So this bit was always going to be easier, but I think we've had such a shit summer this year that my cycle season started longer. It's been short. So for us skinny, tired, road twats. Yeah, I know. I can see all your stuff, but for me, it's got to be nice. I'm a fair weather cyclist, and so this is my sort of period where games does take a back burner. But I'll bring them to the fore for this hour of gaming goodness, and try and think about games for a minute.
Yes, please.
Yeah, it'd be good, wouldn't it?
Cycling podcast.
Do you know what would definitely help bring us back on topic?
What's that then?
Pokemon Go.
Fuck off, Pokemon Go.
What would help us back on topic if we talk about games that maybe we've missed? So I reckon if I segue over to you, Mr. Jarrett, and you tell us what we've been missing out on, what gaming goodness is hanging just out of our reach.
Okay, so since last recording, we've missed quite a few games. Now, this is usually the section where I get over-talked. People just shout over me, telling me that I've got all things wrong, so I'm expecting
No, they don't!
Exactly, you fucks. So, we'll kick off. I've only put on some of the big hitters on here. Most of them we're going to ignore like we normally do. But if you have got an opinion, shout up. Let me know that you actually give a shit. Okay, so the first one I've got is the latest Sherlock Holmes game came out. That The Devil's Daughter. I think that came out on both big consoles. I played the last one. The last Sherlock Holmes, the kind of big one, and I actually really enjoyed it. So I actually would have probably bought this. Hence why I've put it on the list. Has anybody else played the last one? Did anybody else want to play this one?
Is Sherlock Holmes the one where you follow a dog's arse around a lot?
I beg your pardon? That's your S&M club that you go to on a Friday night.
No. On another show, someone was talking about the Sherlock. I'm sure it was the Sherlock Holmes games, and they were saying that there's quite a few sections where you're following a dog around, and because of the camera angles and things, you're basically just following a dog's arsehole around the screen for bits.
No. I don't remember that being in the last game. Maybe that was like a hidden level or something, or some DLC I didn't buy. But no, I the last one was very much a deductive kind of game, kind of asking particular questions in particular orders, finding clues. There was some quick time events, which I think puts a lot of people off a lot of games, but it didn't kind of overshadow it too much. But it was quite good. I enjoyed it, and so hence why I more than likely would have put some money on this one.
Wasn't it the first one that was on Games with Gold recently?
Yeah, I was going to say that.
Yes, exactly. That's the one.
Ah, right. What's that?
Yeah, I haven't got around to playing that.
That's the one, yeah. So it's definitely worth playing, I think. Or definitely worth giving a go. And if anything, you get around about 600 gamer points for playing it through properly. As a minimum, so it's worth it. I think it's about 10-15 hours worth of gameplay, so it's good. Moving on. I don't know why I put this one down, so please we'll move on quite quickly if needs be. Mighty Number 9. This seems like your type of game.
Oh, is this the Mega Man thing?
Yes.
Yeah.
This is the Mega Man sort of derivative, if you like, the new generation of Mega Man thing. I haven't seen a lot of this, but what I have seen, I've thought really floats my boat. So I wasn't massive on Mega Man, but I do appreciate the skill level of playing Mega Man to the level that some people do. and I like the different powers thing, and that back in the day as a platformer thing with different enemies had different powers and things like that. I think it was really well presented back on the old 16-bit days.
Yeah.
How that'll translate now and whether it's going to get old, I don't know, but I would like to play it, and I certainly probably would have bought this if I was allowed to.
There's been a fair bit of controversy about this game out in the wild, because it was a Kickstarter funded game, and there was a quite strong vision set out by the creators of how it was going to be, and yes, basically a Mega Man kind of, modern reimagining of Mega Man, and by all accounts it's drifted away from that and become something very different, and a lot of the backers who backed it are throwing their toys out the pram, and apparently it is incredibly difficult as well. Like Mega Man was tough, and this is tough. So it's not been very well received.
Yeah, I've heard that it's broken in bits. It's literally actually just broken, but I don't think it's the kind of game that I would have played. I don't like. If I wanted to punch myself in the balls, I'd actually just pull my pants down and punch myself in the balls. Okay.
Would you need to pull your pants down to punch yourself in the balls? Because you're not doing it with your pants up.
If you're gonna give yourself a sweet shot to the baby maker, don't get your jeans in the way. Don't let the folds of your heavy clothes get in the way. If you're gonna put yourself through some,
so you're taking away that layer of protection, is what you're telling me?
Yeah. I want a bruise. I want to give my balls a black eye. Adrian, got an opinion?
Nope.
Sorry. I'm on about my balls. Not an opinion about my balls. I'm on about opinion about my.
There's one game that you're going to talk about on this list that I'm bothered about.
All right, so we'll skip it. Well, I know which one that is.
So it's not Mighty Number 9. Or this next one. I've never even heard of it.
I won't ask you your opinion until it comes to the one I know that you're talking about then.
Yeah.
The next one I've only put on because it is a release. It's had some traction, but apparently it's terrible. The Technomancer. No.
Never heard of it.
I'm not bothered. It's apparently it's done semi-okay. We're not bothered. The next one, we always get shit for this, but it's a Legos game, and none of us play Lego. So it's Lego Star Wars: The Force Awakens. Skip. The next
more
one
of the same. Looks like.
Yeah. But they've said that they've tried to change it up by you can smash things up twice. That's not interesting. That's not interesting enough to pull me in.
Game changer.
Yeah, thanks for that. The next game came out 28th of July is the 7 Ways to Die. 7 Days to Die. Sorry. What's anybody heard about this? Is this something that somebody would? Because it's on the preview program, isn't it, or something?
Is it a survival horror sort of survival sim kind of thing?
Yeah. Yeah, it's like a first-person survival sim.
I've not seen anything like this.
Apparently, it's really shit.
Yeah, I've heard it's
very
severely broken. I've heard. Yeah, I've just heard it's severely broken. So
does 7 Days to Die refer to how long it will stay in the public eye after it got released before no one talks about it ever again?
For it to be half price in game.
Pretty much.
I think we can skip that one because the next one's probably worth chatting about.
Well, this is where AD's going to take his trousers off, not to punch himself, but to stroke himself. Unfortunately, AD, on the 29th of June of last month, a game was released, and we should be playing some organ music or something like that, some really sad kind of dramatic music. Inside came out, AD, and I want to know how you felt about that.
So, this is the only game this month that I pretty much would have bought. I know nothing about it, apart from the fact that the people who made it were the people who made Limbo, and that in a lot of people's opinions within other podcasts that I listen to, they're naming this as a potential game of the year. I love Limbo, and I don't want to know anything more about it. That's it. I'm done. I'm trying to ignore everything about Inside until January the 1st, because that's probably going to be the first game I'm going to buy and play. And if it wasn't a 10-hour, 12-hour game, I probably would have bought it already as a Joker. So
does that mean that you have to skip through the Giant Bomb podcast every week because they talk about it every week?
To be honest, I stopped listening to Giant Bomb a couple of months ago when my job changed because I just don't have the time. It's 3-4 hour long podcasts I just don't have the time to listen to anymore. So yeah, I've whenever there's been a podcast I listen to where they have a spoiler section, I've turned it off, and I don't want to know anything about it. I've done the old skip through social media as quickly as possible whenever I've seen anything mentioned about it, because I want to go into this completely knowing nothing, probably on January the 1st, and just absolutely enjoy it.
Yeah, okay.
Doing it right, dude. Doing it right.
So,
I'm with you on
Matt,
that. I've heard very good things about this. I haven't played Limbo still. I have Limbo sat on my PlayStation because it was not games with gold, PS Plus 1 month, I believe. So it's sat there. But to be honest, I will probably wait for this and play this instead, because by all accounts it's Limbo but better. It looks good. It's got more of a story.
I would advise you, Matt, if you've got Limbo there to play it, because it's a 8-10 hour game, and you'll love it.
Yeah, but at the minute I'm playing probably 1 hour a week.
Yeah.
So that's Fair 2 enough. Months worth of gaming for me. So that's quite a big investment of my time.
Right, leave it until it starts pissing down, then, and your bike's in the garage, and then.
Oh yeah, and I'll be miserable as sin then, and just fucking moping around moaning. But yeah, I'm definitely very excited to get this game. I think by the time it gets to January the 1st, I'll be able to pick it up on PC for probably £7 or £8.
Yeah.
And that will be the way I'll do it. So, bring it on.
Jason?
See, I have issue with these games that fucking are so fucking critically acclaimed and all that bollocks, like your Limbos and all them, because there's always fucking story to fucking press through and skip through the fucking dialogue.
It doesn't have that. The story's
Really?
The story's told through the environment and the puzzles. I don't believe there's any cutscenes or anything like that. It's all, it's presented to you as you play the game.
Maybe I'll give it a bash when it's fucking £3 on Steam then.
There is no leaderboard, so.
It's not a game then, is it, really?
It's not good enough. For me, I've played Limbo, but I've got to the same I've got about an hour into it every single time I've tried to play it, and then I'll wait 4 months, and then I thought, I'll play Limbo. I've not played that yet, and I get to the same bit every single time. And not that it's too hard, I just and I go on to something else. So hopefully, inside will be different, and inside the kind of puzzles will draw me in and make me, and the story will want me to find out what's going on. Because I didn't really get that with Limbo, so we'll see on that one for me. Okay, moving on. This next one's on for Mr. Stokes. On the 5th of July, Jayce, Carmageddon Max Damage was released. How did you feel about that?
Oh.
Come on, hit us with it.
I have a long history with Carmageddon. I played Carmageddon back in the fucking days on like fucking 386s and shit when it first came out, running over cows and shit like that. I love that shit. I love driving around and fucking running over people and cows and that, just for no other reason than it's a fucking laugh. Game is right up my street. I have been following the development of this one and loosely just knowing that it's on its way and things like that. And every so often I get an email through saying it's nearly here, or it's fucking coming out on such a day, and there's such and such a fucking beta going on. And yeah, I'm pretty good. I'll definitely get that shit, but I won't. I'll have to wait, won't I?
Yeah.
Again.
Unfortunately.
The list continues, boys.
We'll come to. I want to have a bit of a pile progress check after we've done all these and kind of go through what we've got left to kind of for gifts, etc., etc. So I don't know whether you've spunked everything that you could probably spunk, Jayce, but we'll talk about it. Matt, have you got any particular thoughts on Carmageddon?
I feel it's broken.
Okay then, let's go. Oh dear. But would you have bought it?
No,
Oh, there you
definitely
go.
not. No.
Nice and simple and straightforward.
Just
Okay,
like
that
me.
moves us on to yeah, simple and straightforward. Wow.
Simple and straightforward.
Yeah, sounds like a sex move. 5th of July, the
a
Banner
really
Saga 2
interesting
came
one.
out. Yeah, well, it all depends on what you're wearing around your cock. Anyway, stop pushing me into sex talk, you dirty bastards. We're talking about video games. It's not a sex podcast. The Banner Saga 2 came out for on the 5th of July. That was Games of Gold. And it came out on the PlayStation as well. Has anybody played it?
Nope.
While it's been on Games of Gold? Jayce?
No, I've downloaded it, ready to play.
No,
I want to play
I've downloaded it and it sits there. But if it's, I've got a feeling it's a little bit like a game that is on my pile progress. So we'll cover it off then, because if it's like the game I think it's like, then I probably won't even bother playing it. But we'll get to that.
Alright, okay.
Hold on, so
We'll cover that later.
have
Matt?
you got Banner Saga 2, the second one, on Games of Gold?
Yep.
What, the second
Oh, you
the second Banner Saga 2? What, there's a 2.2?
You know, the second game of the series you've got for free.
Yes,
Yeah,
Matthew,
it Games
of
all
Gold,
of
yeah.
us.
Free.
Suck it,
That's
man.
Winners are all of us.
Have any of you played the first one?
Nope.
No.
Was it free?
It's really
If
good.
it wasn't free, I didn't fucking play it.
It's a really good game. Really, really good game.
Well, this one's even better because it's free. So there you go.
And it's 2.
Suck it.
Free is the best price. I would urge you to, at some point during the challenge, when it gets quiet and you're like, maybe when winter comes and it's a bit cold and moody and grey outside, give it a go, because if it's anything like the first game, it'll be really, really good. Really,
Does the
really,
story
really
kind of
good
grab
game.
you at all? Because I know the mechanics are kind of particular set in what they are, kind of turn-based kind of mechanics.
Yeah,
Is this-
mechanics
is this-
are Rex-commy, I suppose, but sort of simple, more the old school, like Dungeons and Dragons-y, isometric kind of turn-based. But the story is really, really good. It's this type.
Don't say the S word.
Well, you close your ears, Jayce. Go
Scoreboard,
back to,
the S
back to
word.
Pokemon or whatever. But it's all sort of storyboarded and nice old artwork, and it's just beautiful.
Cool.
It's really nice to look at and watch unfold when you get the story bits. And choices you make are sort of permanent, and you can really change the course of your story by making the wrong choice. So it's kind of a mix between a comic book, a choose your own adventure, and an XCOM set in the Viking world. It's really good.
So is it turn-based combat?
Turn-based combat, yeah.
Then I'm out. Fuck turn-based combat.
Then I'm in. Turn-based. All day.
It's good, Jay. Honestly, the combat's really good. You get a real good variety of characters and character sets as well. So I'd give it a go, especially if you got it for the price of free.
Freebie.
Free. Very lucky.
What was that, Matt?
It was. What's that thing with Adam Sandler in it where dreams come? He tells stories and they come true.
Is this a movie you're talking about?
Bedtime
It's a film.
stories.
It's film, bedtime stories, yeah, and he works in a hotel and he tells these stories and the stories come true. And for some reason, there's one of the stories he gets given something free, and every time he says free, he goes, free! Like that. Don't know why.
Don't ever make that noise
No.
again, Matt.
Yeah, exactly. I'm banning that noise. Fuck that. Okay, let's move
Okay.
on. Let's move on because we should. Adam Sandler should never be mentioned on air ever. Okay. 14th of July, the game Adrift came out. I think it was only PlayStation 4 this fall. I don't know much about it. Is this the one where you're kind of fighting for oxygen in space? Or is that the VR one that's coming out when VR comes out? I can't remember.
I don't
I'm
know what
drowning
Drift
here in
is.
silence, guys. Fuck me.
I know nothing
Obviously-
about Adrift.
I know nothing. It's PlayStation.
Is
I
it?
think it's that one. But please feel free to take the piss out of me if it's not.
I thought this was the VR one.
Yeah, well, according to the website, I get all these games off. It came out on the 14th of July. Anyway, let's move on. This happens every single month.
Let's move on from that one then.
Jesus Christ.
Finger on the pulse.
I'll be editing the balls out of that, don't worry about it.
Yeah, exactly. Thank you. Alright. Next one, dead simple, straight over. Nobody's been bothered about it.
Adrift is a first-person video game developed by 310 and published by 505 Games. Space survival sim. That's what it is.
The VR one, yeah.
No plans to bring Adrift to PlayStation VR. So, don't know.
Oh, so I've got that long way around then. Yeah, but it is the game I'm thinking
4
about.
hours long. So, yeah.
There you go.
I've seen this one. It does look very, very nice.
Yeah,
and I've heard it's for a VR game. It's sort of a real good. It's like watching Gravity, the film, but being in it, and look, so it looks cool.
Yeah,
but we'll see.
Did you say it's got no plans to come out on VR? I think you're thinking another game, Matt. Maybe. Don't know.
I think there's another
it
similar one.
It does. Looking at the screenshots, it looks very like what Matt's just described about kind of Gravity. So it does look very nice. Very nice.
Okay. Well, we've all missed it. We probably won't pick it up. Next one, it was there, and I kind of recognise the name, but I don't know what it is. Neverwinter.
I believe it's a free-to-play MMO that's just come out.
Okay. Does that
a free-to-play MMO. I think it's Dungeons and Dragons, isn't it? I know that some people on Midlife Gamer community have been playing it. Some of our friends have been getting on it. I think it's just an old school MMO set in the Dungeons and Dragons land, and you know how much I love an MMO.
So much you don't play them when you buy them for your Joker.
Indeed. Therefore, my answer is fuck all interest, because I've been burnt by those fuckers. So no for me. And
I've
none of you strike me as MMO fans.
Ears, Matt. I've still got your voice ringing in my ear saying, "Yeah, my Joker, there's like 1,000 hours worth of gameplay. Like I don't need."
And I'm going to play
games.
3 of them.
I know. If only I could go back and if I could go back and punch myself in the face and say, "Sort it out, you prick."
We can punch you in the face, mate. It's not a problem.
I'll still have a copy of Black Desert Online.
We can punch you in the face and throw your fucking computer in the canal.
Just bring it with you to Eurogamer in September, and we'll just smash it up in front of you.
Or just auction it off.
Ceremonial dance.
Okay.
Last game. Well, technically the last game. That's worth talking about. We Happy Few came out a couple of days ago.
Did it?
Yeah.
Yes. On early access on Xbox.
Oh, I thought it was coming out on. Yeah, I thought it was coming out early access.
Yeah.
I didn't think it was out
No,
properly.
it is. It's
So it's early access. It's meant to be kind of like a kind of alpha beta type kind of thing. You can complete it in 2 minutes. Apparently, it's that kind of bit of a skeleton of a game at the moment. But they still charge it. It's still early access, but they're still charging £27 or something. I saw.
Yeah,
not that I'm going to go on the Xbox store and just look at all the prices and stuff and drool.
I downloaded it last night because you do get a 45-minute. I think it was 45-minute trial where you can just play it for free. But in that 45 minutes, it was just what they showed at E3. So you in your office and choose not to take your happy pills, whatever it was, and then that kind of you escaping from the people who then come after you. To be honest, it then put you outside in a very kind of big open world with not a lot of instruction what to do next. And to be honest, at that point it was kind of 11 o'clock last night, and I turned it off. Looks interesting, and I think if you buy it now, it costs you £23. But that's it. That's the only price you pay. So you play it through the alpha, through the beta, through their kind of various builds of it. And then when it's finally released, which I think is next year at some point, you obviously get it for free. So interesting.
Okay.
I've been put off this. I saw the E3 video, and I thought it looked really, really interesting. Exactly my bag, and sort of ties in with all the Orwell.
What, weirdos eating fucking rats? Is that exactly your bag?
No, I like sort of that dystopian thing. I've been reading Orwell again and 1984 again, and it all sort of fitted in with this brilliant dystopian view. And then I read a bit more about it, and it said, well, yeah, you get that bit, and then you get shot out in the world, like Ady said, and then it becomes a roguelike. Survive as long as you can roguelike. And then I thought, I'm out. I wanted it to be not a guided story narrative, but just to have a story thread through it. But I get the feeling you get a setup, and then they just go, last as long as you can.
I don't think it's the Bioshock type game that people want.
Yeah, that's exactly it. And whilst I wasn't a massive fan of the Bioshock games,
what
I think
he actually left a pause there to get abused.
Yeah, I know.
Right,
I could see Neale coming back on camera.
What?
It was the mechanics of Bioshock, not the world. I love the world. That kind of shooter isn't really my thing.
You're only allowed to hate Infinite. The other two are good.
All right. Well, anyway, this looked like Bioshock that I could get behind because it was more of a adventure game rather than a shooter, and it sounds like it's just a roguelike, and I don't think roguelikes can be that interesting and carry a story well.
Perhaps that's what they want to do, is to try and prove you that isn't the case, though, Matt.
I'm open to hear
Perhaps
what the finished
people,
game's
they
like.
consider people have got that idea about roguelikes, and this is their chance to say, no, Matthew.
I will try
down a
anything.
path.
I will try anything once, but I need to be convinced that it's not going to be just a good setup.
You need to stop taking those pills, mate, and step outside the box.
I might do that. I might go sober like Neale and see what it's like.
It's a terrible place. Don't come here. It's like the upside down. It's like the upside down place from Stranger Things. Don't come here.
No spoilers.
Okay. Yeah, no spoilers because I haven't got Netflix, fucker.
Well, you're not going to watch it then, are you, you tit?
Well,
I've got
get it by
Netflix
some
and
No,
other
but
means.
me and AD are.
Yeah, I've watched episode 1, so no spoilers.
And me.
I'm on episode 5. I'm not meaning to look smug, but you can definitely binge watch that till your heart's content. But then you have to. Then the sun's coming up, and you have to.
But you have to be in the house to do that shit, Neale. I'm afraid.
Yeah. How have you got episodes if you haven't got Netflix?
Who's not got Netflix?
I thought AD.
You're the one who hasn't got Netflix, man.
Yeah,
Am I the
you're
only one
talking
who
to
hasn't got
yourself
it?
now, Matthew. Yeah, we've all got it because we all live in the 21st century.
I've got Now TV instead.
Oh, you
Gay.
are shit out of luck.
It's alright, I get Game of Thrones.
So do I, for free.
No, fuck off.
Oh, Matthew, I do feel sorry sometimes when we pick on you, but only sometimes. Sometimes. You
Right,
deserve
let's
it.
talk about Pokemon Go.
Oh, do we have to? Right,
Yeah.
I'm going to set a time limit for this because I can see that
30
Jayce
seconds.
and AD are both well up for this. I'm going to give you 5 minutes to talk about it between you. Okay, I don't want to set ground rules, but you could talk about. They're looking at you. You could talk about it for half an hour, and oh my god, I do not want to listen about it for about half an hour. So go. Who's got Pokemon Go?
Right,
All
let
three
me
of you
fucking
have,
get you
haven't
going
you?
with Pokemon to fucking Go.
Oh.
Let me fucking get you going with Pokemon Go. Right, Pokemon Go is by far the fucking greatest social experiment of the last fucking couple of years. The fact that I can walk down the street and see people from the ages of fucking young children to fucking 65, 70-year-old people enjoying a medium of
We
entertainment
lost a Jayce.
that gets them off their asses, that gets them interacting with other people, that everyone looks at each other when they're walking through the park with a fucking smile on their face, because everyone knows what you're doing when you've got your phone in your fucking hand in the park. Everyone knows everyone else is doing Pokemon Go. I think it's fucking wonderful in every way. AD, back me up, son.
No, sorry. Not going to back you up. I think it's a bit.
Oh, fuck off.
I think it's a bit disappointing. I don't really see the point. I've tried it, and it got very close to being deleted on Monday. It was only my work trip to Manchester that I thought I'll try it when I'm up there. If you live in a big city, I get it. If you live in probably quite a big town, I get it. you live where I live, it's fucking useless and pointless because you don't get anything and do anything. So, no, I'm out.
Ah.
Wow, I didn't expect that.
Sir, I am disappointed.
I'm kind of in between because I live in a town, busy-ish town, and around where I live, there's not much going on. If I venture into town, there's a bit more. When I go up to London, I might fire it up for 5 minutes. I've collected a few. I don't really see what it's actually doing and what the draw is to keep coming back to it. But I'll keep it on my phone, and my son likes collecting them when we're out and about. I think I might be. I don't know if there's some big point of it that I'm missing. Maybe I'm not quite sure.
Did you not read the manual?
There isn't a manual because you don't actually do anything other than walk around, click on things, and flick your finger.
Ooh.
That's kind of the limit of what you do. Unless I've missed some big point, and Ady and Jayce can point me in the right direction.
You've got 3 minutes, Jayce, to explain what what you have to do on Pokemon. Enrich him like you did with Marvel Puzzle Quest, or whatever it's called.
The thing is, as per Marvel Puzzle Quest, as Matt proved before, he doesn't play the long game on these things. He plays something for 10 minutes. If it doesn't give him a boner, he's going to delete it. Marvel Puzzle Quest, he said, I'm all in this now, I'm going to get involved. And he got himself an alliance, played for 2 days, deleted it because he's a fucking girl. Same with fucking Pokemon. You're not going to catch all the Pokemon. You're not going to evolve all the fucking different forms in the first 2 days. You've got to play the long game with this shit. This shit's going to be around for a long fucking time.
Yeah.
So you've got to set the groundwork now. So when they evolve the next stage of it and the next stage of it, you're already fucking big in the game before it gets there.
The thing that's kind of pissed me off though is
play the long game.
Is where I live. I mean, I live in the middle of nowhere, but I've got a village kind of 2 miles one way and a local town 5 miles.
Then move house to play Pokemon.
But the trouble is that you kind of think, right, the church in that village has got to be prime. There can't be, this village has probably got 500 people living in it. I'm going to go after the gym. And you go to the gym and there's like someone's already sitting there with a Pokemon with combat point of over 1,000, 5 days into this thing being released, and you're like, what's the fucking point? You got
thousands for call.
At least with Marvel Puzzle Quest, you can see you're getting progress. You can see you're moving on, and you're getting better powers and better covers and new characters, and you can kind of see where it's going. I just don't get that same feeling with Pokemon.
But you can with Pokemon. Aren't you the person who travels around to different fucking cities and has the opportunity to go and do stuff?
Not anymore, no.
Oh, well, you see, you get your old job back when you go into different places, and then Pokemon would be the best thing ever.
Me, I want my old job back to this fucking thing, but that's another story.
But I can see your point that your situation where you live in the middle of fucking nowhere is going to be bullshit.
Yeah.
There's people who live not too far from here who live out in the sticks a little bit, and it's shit. But you go another 3 miles into the centre, and it's fucking Pokestops and fucking gyms, and everybody's playing it, and there's fucking millions of people, and it's the fucking greatest thing. So
nothing.
It might not suit your situation, but don't write it off for everyone.
I think Ady touched on my issue with it is that I can't quite see the progression in the wildlife. I can't quite see where it's going, but I'm going to keep it on my phone.
Yeah, because you want the moon on a stick within fucking 5 minutes.
I don't want the moon on the stick in fucking 5 minutes.
You do. You want to be fucking top of all the leaderboards in 5 minutes. You're one of them fuckers.
No, that's you prick. What I want...
No, I am top of the leaderboard in 5 minutes. That's the problem. I can do it.
This is the problem, though, with these games, as I've just got my phone out to prove to everyone that fuck all goes on where I live, and just as I was about to turn it off, something's happening. And I'm now looking at my phone thinking, oh, I've not seen that before. Oh, I'm going to have to catch this one. Oh, hang on, let me just step away from the mic while I catch this thing I've never seen before, because I'm a collector and I'm OCD, which is why I have too many games to play in the first place.
But look, I've put quite a few hours into it. I'm up to level 7. I've collected loads of Pokemon, and the highest one I've collected or leveled up is about 250. How are these people getting to 1500?
Well, let me tell you, I've just sent you a screenshot of what Bristol's like on WhatsApp. Take a look at that. No good for the listeners, obviously, because it's very fucking close thing. But anybody who lives anywhere near a big city will know that Pokemon Go is big in the game. And I'm level 19. My highest Pokemon is like 1500, and I've got some more that are going to evolve higher than that. And it's fucking wonderful. So stop moaning. People are getting off their arse, playing a game whilst fucking getting exercise.
People are getting off their arse and almost getting run over or running people over.
No, they're not. Too much bullshit. That is. The only people who need to get run over is the ones who stand on the cycle path when I'm fucking bombing through town.
Out my way!
There's nobody jumping off cliffs. There's nobody wading into the sea to get a fucking Pokemon. All these fucking myths are coming out. No, it's not fucking happening. It's not like that.
So you've got at least 5 minutes over the time I allotted. So can we?
All right, I'll shut up now.
Yeah, I'm gonna step in here. I'm gonna step in and herd the peas that are into a pea pile and move us on to.
Who herds peas?
Isn't it herding peas or something? Isn't that a saying?
No, that you herd sheep, don't you?
Yeah, but there's one that is like hard to organise peas. So things that are hard to organise is like moving peas around your plate or something.
What? This must be different in Royal Tunbridge Wells, where everyone's fucking mental.
When you got
it's
the
like gathering
caviar,
caviar.
You're trying to stab peas.
Yeah, surely you don't have to worry about herding peas because the servants do it for you. You dickhead.
Well, that's what I mean. But you can't get the staff these days.
Yeah.
Let's move from piles of peas to piles of progress.
That was almost an actual segue. Almost.
That sounded so Alan Partridge. That was ridiculous.
It was good, wasn't it?
Yeah.
So I guess what we need to do is talk about our pile progress, and I guess the obvious thing would be to go to the person who's played some games, but I think we'll leave that to the end so that this segment feels like it's got something in it.
Crescendo.
A crescendo, and also at 52 minutes 39 seconds, I'm going to say let's have a piss break because I'm going to wet my pants.
I want you to wet your pants on camera.
Yes.
It won't be very good for the podcast, though, will it? Unless I make it really loud.
But it can be the screenshot we use. We'll just take down the graphic. Go on, have a piss, quick. Come on.
Yes, I'm going to wee. Okay, so pile of progress. I think the first person we will go to will be Neale Jarrett. What have you been playing?
This is the second time tonight you've picked on me first, you bastard. What's going on here? There's a vendetta.
Part of your hangover.
Just because it was my birthday the other day, didn't mean you can pick on me.
Was it your birthday? Oh, happy birthday.
Yeah, thanks. Thanks for remembering, mates.
It's alright. It's alright.
Well, yeah, I know. It's meant to me tell you whether it's alright or not. Don't you tell me that it's alright that you forgot my fucking birthday. Right, my pile progress. No, you didn't, AD. Thank you very much. My pile progress. What have I been playing? I've been trying to play a lot of GTA, and I've put some hours in because I do want to get through that. It's obviously been a game that's been around for ages, but I'm being pulled away into the online element far too often and far too regular. Some of the stuff they've done for the GTA Online is ridiculously good. The latest stuff, Jayce, you would love the Cunning Stunts DLC.
Yeah, isn't it like fucking Trackmania Light though? Or some bullshit.
It's like it was not. I wouldn't say
slow
light.
Trackmania. It's slow Trackmania. I've heard.
No, it's still got the same kind of. It's got the thrills and kind of spills of it all. The kind of the obstacles and what have you. You kind of in massive tubes above the kind of map and what have you, and you got all the kind of variety of kind of vehicles that GTA's got. But playing it with friends for fun is fantastic. I've played 3/4 of it tonight with mates before I came to join you guys, and it is really good fun. And hopefully they're still online when we finish, and I can go and play with them again. It's fantastic stuff. So playing online games like that really does prohibit you from playing anything else. What else have I played? I've started playing Deus Ex, the last one from last gen, because that was on Games of Gold and backwards compatibility a couple of weeks ago. So I've started that. I'm about 2-3 missions into that. That's good. I can't get the fucking mechanics. Has anybody played it? The shooting mechanics are a bit fucked up.
I can't do that. I can't do it either.
It's like your general shooting, like how you'd aim and shoot is all on one bumper trigger, and then how you move is on another bumper trigger, and it's impossible to kind of get used to. And if you come away from it for a day and go back again, you forget everything that you've learned. So it's very difficult, but enjoying it. So I'm cracking on at that. What else am I playing? Jeez. I am still chipping away at Witcher 3 as well, but that is just ridiculous. I don't think I'll ever finish that game. It's like Matt's Joker. It's 1,000 hours long, surely. But that's still beautiful. I've got the season pass for that, so I've still got the DLCs for them when I get to the level 32. I'm only level like 25 or something ridiculous. So yeah, I'm chipping. I'm going with them. Let's have a quick look at my list, because I actually brought up the spreadsheet for the first time in a long time yesterday and started kind of looking what I've got to do. I've even started playing Battlefield 4 because I've realised I've never actually played the story mode on that as well. So what my plan to do is I plan to get before next episode I plan to get Deus Ex completed, because that is on my list at Human Revolution. I want to get Witcher 3 done if I can, and I want to try and get Fallout 4 done as well, but without the DLC. So I'm setting myself some targets for next week, for next month. Sorry. Over to the next person. Go on then, Matt. Use your mystical finger and point at Skype.
Okay, my mystical finger.
How many drinks is this what I'm normally like? By this point.
No, you're way worse, dude.
I'm only on my second. I'm only just starting my second bottle, but
of vodka.
No, I might have a gin later. Depends how many calories are in it. I have to check my calorie counter and see. I'm going to point at my own face and
go on then.
Face the music and tell you what I've been playing, because it's going to be short. And I'm looking at the list and I can't actually see that I've played anything, but I'm sure I have done. Okay. I completed Life is Strange since the last show.
How was it?
I loved it. It was very good. It was wicked. Absolutely brilliant. What you guys said about it was spot on. It was so good. I ended up playing. I from start to finish, I did it in 2 weeks, which for me is quite a short amount of time for the amount of gameplay. And I did basically 5 nights of one whole episode in a night.
Yeah.
And that was the only way to do it, because I didn't want to get halfway through an episode and stop then, because the natural pause is between each episode. And I thought it was a fantastic story, fantastic environment. I love the characters. I got the choices where you had to sit and have a quick smoke and a think and what are you going to do, and it was just brilliant. So I'm so glad I got that as a gift for Father's Day, and it is on my top game of this generation. I think one of my top games of the generation. I thought it was brilliant. So I heard some rumours about maybe a Life is Strange 2 could be coming out at some point, and if that does, I will be on that like a car bonnet.
So if just to interject on that, all 3 of us loved it. Jayce, have you got any inkling to play this game after we've all raved about it?
Maybe.
I don't think you would like it because it's got
a story in it, Jayce,
and emotions and feelings.
Is it all story and shit?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
I can fuck off then. Get in the fucking sea.
Yeah,
brilliant.
It's got a story and emotional content, Jayce. It's right not up your street at all.
Yeah.
In fact, it's backed up your street.
Stick up your ass.
It's down a fucking sewer around where you live. Next one then, Matthew.
Do not want. So, other than that, I literally have only done maybe 2 or 3 hours more of Divinity Original Sin. Which after this podcast, if I'm still awake, I will do a bit more. That's still good, but that's a massive game. Like The Witcher, I think that's probably a 100-hour game if you go through it. So I'll do a bit more and then see what happens. But, you know, it's summer, so meh. That's my section. Hope that was enjoyable for everyone. Let's see if Jayce can reel it back in with his full list of games he's been playing this month. Come on, Jayce, what you got?
I have played something off my pile. I realised I've got quite a few Steam games on my pile, so I went through Steam and I chose a game to play, and I plugged in my lovely new fancy Xbox Elite controller into my PC, which was lovely as well. And I played Shadow Warrior, which is fucking good laugh. Chopping up monsters with a big sword and shooting them in the face. I played a few levels, and I consider that progress.
It is.
That's it.
That's
all she wrote. That's quite long for me.
It was actually. It was long and it was actually upbeat.
Was Pokemon Go on my list?
No.
I played lots of that.
I don't think it counts. It's not really a game, is it?
Unless you're one of these. It's got microtransactions, hasn't it? Somebody was saying to me. You can buy Pokemon.
Yeah,
or
you
whatever.
can.
Only if you're a fucking loser.
Yeah. Well, don't be that loser. AD,
No.
come on.
Are you ready?
Are you
I
ready?
think so.
Are you ready for this?
this?
I have.
Are you ready?
I have cleared 8 games off of my pile since the
Fucking
last
hell.
show.
Christ.
8
He's doing
games.
it right.
Now, only 4 of these I've actually played and completed, and so let's get through this. So, I said last time Rise of the Tomb Raider, so I finished that, went back into the world afterwards and did all the collectibles, so I could get the nice little achievement that was 100% completion. So that's done.
Well done,
I then
you.
played a game called LA Cops that was a game from last year that's kind of like a 3D isometric Hotline Miami. That game's really fucking hard. It's one of those games that's really, really hard. You get shot, you go back to the start. It's very unforgiving, and do you know what? I absolutely loved it. I spent probably about 30 hours on that, and there's only 10 levels.
This month?
Yeah. Yeah, done that
You
this
need to
month.
get another hobby.
Why?
No.
I love games.
He just never sees his wife. Is your wife a
Yeah.
cardboard cutout?
Well, because my wife's a wedding photographer, so we're into wedding season. So Saturdays, she's pretty much out of the house from 8 in the morning till midnight. So, you know,
Jesus.
there's none of this, have you got this job done yet, have you got that job done yet? I can kind of get stuck in and get a bit of gaming done. I then...
This cunt needs to buy a fucking bike.
No,
That's what I'm saying.
I've got a bike. Biking's for
It's not the answer
for
to all
fit-
the world's
for
ills.
fit people.
No, but it is. It is, actually.
It's not. Anyway, I'm doing my pile progress here. So I then played The Wolf Among Us, the Telltale game, which I love that, and I love the characters, and I love the story in that. So I've got that one finished. Right, this is where we get a bit funny. So I then started to play Child of Light.
I've got that on my pile.
Yeah, I didn't enjoy it. So
I didn't enjoy it.
I played 3 hours of it. I didn't like the combat system at all. It was so infuriating. So I binned that off. I then tried to play Halo Spartan Assault again, and you know what? I'd got 1 level through that, and I just said, no, fuck it. I'm not wasting my time. It's boring. I don't want to play it. So I got rid of that one. And I then switched over to the PS4 and finished Uncharted 1. That game made me nearly rage quit. There's a couple of sections in that I just thought were really bad game design, and I nearly binned it off. But I ploughed through, and after that bullshit section, I thought the end kind of 4 or 5 chapters of that, where you finally kind of get in and find the treasure, was just fantastic. So finished that one. And I then moved on to... I had both The Escapists and The Escapists Walking Dead on my pile. And you know what? They're not for me either. So I've binned them off and deleted them off of my Xbox. So that's the 8 games done this month.
Excellent, Adi. Well done, mate.
Very good, Adi. That was a very thorough, concise, and more importantly, in the spirit of the challenge.
Yeah.
List of
And
games.
do you know what?
Showing off.
I've just had a count up tonight. I had 56 games on my pile when I started this challenge. And I've got 23 left.
Oh, you fucking massive show off.
So...
Yeah.
Yes! But I have got The
No
Witcher
one
3
likes
on
to
there.
show
That
off.
might... and I've still not used my
Yeah,
joke
get
on
that
the gift.
fucking
So,
played.
yeah, I know. That might be what I start next, actually. It's either that
Yeah,
or
well,
The
this-
Last of Us.
Talking about jokers and gifts, what we all got left, by the way.
Both.
Fuck all.
I've got no gift, I've got no Joker, but I've got Steam and PlayStation credit left.
Okay.
What about you, Neil? What have you got?
I've got. I've still got my Joker left. I've not used anything for my birthday. Refused to take any games that I could have done. Declined them. So I did get that gift shoved on me at the beginning of the year that I didn't really actually ask for, but hey ho. But so I've decided to take it on the chin and not use my birthday as a reason to get a new game. So I've still got my Joker and a proper gift, like a birthday, Christmas gift left, technically. But I'm going to save them. And you know what? If I can finish without using both of them, then I deserve a massive pint bought for me.
Well, it's my birthday next week, and 4 days after that, No Man's Sky comes out.
Oof.
So that is, depending on kind of day 1 and 2 kind of buzz and reviews and word of mouth on that, I could be using my some money from what I got for my birthday on that.
Yeah, I have my eye on that for PlayStation credit that I have, but I am definitely going to give that a couple of weeks and see if the hype is worth being there for this game, or whether it's a flash in the pan. Because I'm still not sure.
Matt, I think honestly, next show we'll be talking about No Man's Sky.
I think that'll be quite big on the what we've missed section of the show.
No, because I think one of you's going to be playing it, definitely. One of you two's going to buy it.
Yeah.
Right, let's move on.
Yeah.
Yes, let's move on to the section that we all love so very, very much, where Jayce steps into the ring, dons his gloves, and goes head to head with the challenging questions sent to us by our lovely community on Facebook. So, Jayce, what do you know?
Thank you for your very long intro to this section. It gave me time to load Facebook onto my phone.
Yes, I'm a pro now, mate. I'm a pro.
It's not bad, mate, for you. You're alright with the segues and stuff tonight? You're less robotic. I like it. Well, then, here we go. The questions that we put out to that we got from the Facebook group. I'm going to go through them in the order they were. The first question was from Jayce Stokes. Are games still a thing? I'm not sure they are.
Not this time.
What is a game?
Yeah.
Adi would
They're better
disagree.
than bikes.
That was just me being flippant, of course. Moving on to the next question, David Southall said, are you indulging in your other pursuits more and neglecting the games? Have you been saving up for a giant binge after this? So we'll take that in 2 questions. I think we've discussed our other pursuits and how we've neglected games. And who's saving up for a giant binge? I think people are making lists, aren't they?
Yeah,
I've always been a list maker anyway. I've always sort of had a little list of things I would like to buy based on what's coming out. I don't think I've really been saving for a big binge, because I think I have learnt over the last 6 months.
You are a big binge.
That I will just buy a game as and when I'm ready to play
binge.
it, rather than, What did you just say?
Nothing, mate. No, carry on.
Carry on.
It'll all be lost in the edit. It's fine.
Yeah.
Ginger
So
binge.
no, I plan on just. See, I talk at a volume where I can't hear and talk at the same time.
I'm so sorry. Please continue.
But I imagine
Ignore me.
that my response would
I'm
be,
so tired
"You're
of
all
going giddy."
cunts."
No, please continue. I'm sorry.
I won't be binging. I will be buying a game as and when I'm ready to play it. I think Uncharted 4 will be my January the 1st purchase.
That's a good choice. Good choice, sir.
Okay. Sorry.
Yeah,
You got a
wait
list
for my
of it, Neale?
answer? But I haven't made the list. There's games that I want, but I think if anything, what the challenge is teaching me is that you don't have to get things straight away. I'm gonna be one of those frugal motherfuckers that waits for things to come down in sales, because that's one of the things that's been pissing me off, is seeing Xbox sales and PlayStation sales and stuff, and seeing things discounted in the store, and thinking it's not going to go as low as that again, but not being able to buy it because I can't buy games. So I think from next year, I'm going to be more of a sales purchaser. There's me. Continue.
Right, thank you. Thank you very much. Hang on, I've lost the page. Next question then from Joe Middleton. If you have used your Joker, do you now regret it? Personally, I have used my Joker. I don't regret it because I had a month of absolute wonderful fun with Trapmania Turbo, and I will go back and have more of that. Matthew, as the other Joker user.
I would say
I refer you to your earlier comment of punching yourself in the ball.
Yeah, I would say I've probably covered that off earlier on. Other than to reiterate that
right.
I would love to punch myself in balls, face,
Your
or
past
anywhere
self.
else, and tell myself, "Why do this, you idiot?" But
I'm gonna have you a T-shirt made up for Eurogamer for you, mate, with just an arrow saying "Punch me in the balls." I used my Joker too early. Punch me in the balls. Arrow to the nuts.
I would wear it with pride.
Right, I'm getting that made up tonight. Continue.
All right. Come on, Jayce. Next one.
He hasn't got a chest big enough to fit all those words.
I don't know,
for fuck's
actually.
sake.
I don't know. You've seen some of his push-up videos. I think Spink's a lot bigger than we give him credit for.
I'll stick it on my arse.
Right.
I'll get a pair of hot pants with it on my arse.
Nice. Joe Middleton's had some more questions here. He's a question master this month.
The good ones as well.
His next question is: how do you overcome that itch to buy a new game and remain faithful to the challenge? I ignore it all and ride my bike. Anybody else?
Big balls.
Just try and think. It's like trying to avoid coming during sex. Think about greenhouses or Margaret Thatcher or something like that.
Me nan on the pog.
Yeah, just think of something completely different and just try and turn away. That's what I have to do. I think about.
I think you have just got to ignore it. You've just got to try and go through your life and not think that thing is there, and try not to listen to all those other people on whatever social media all having fun with it.
I think my key is I always think of the amount of shit I'm going to get off of everyone if I buy a game.
Yeah.
So that generally keeps me on the straight and narrow.
I know that I would get. I think Darren Bulldog would probably pull my legs off verbally if he knew that I'd bought a game. Yeah, I would never live it down for the rest of my life. It'd probably get mentioned at my wedding and stuff next year. Yeah, this is Neale. Have a happy day, Neale. Yeah, but you did wussy out and buy a game last year, didn't you? And like the rest of my family will be like, yeah, woo, woo, chicken cabbages and tomatoes and stuff. So yeah, I have that same kind of regretful feeling.
Do you have a medieval wedding?
Yes, exactly.
That's what I was thinking. Yeah. Put him in the stocks.
It's got to be behind it's got to be like a roadhouse. It's going to be behind a cage, a caged fence, and I'm going to be there getting married with a guitar on my knees like that blind guy. Roadhouse. Yeah, that's how we do it. Yeah, that's how we.
Northern weddings, they're different from everywhere else.
Yep.
Right then, Joe's got another question. What will be the first thing you do when the challenge is over? I think given the fact that the challenge is up at midnight on the 31st of December, I think we're going to sing Old Lang Syne and pop a party popper or two, probably, and then drink something. But after you've done those things, what's the first thing you're going to do in terms of games?
Buy some.
Ady's already said his first thing is inside.
Yeah, definitely inside.
Neale, what you
I
say
think
first thing you
depends.
play?
It depends on me. Depends on what happens in the next couple of months because I've got Titanfall 2 and Gears of War 4 coming out, and these are the ones that I'm really kind of struggling over at the moment because they're multiplayer games which the community will jump on and off and out and stuff. So for me, it all depends on what I've done in the next couple of months. If I bust one Joker on one, I'll be getting the other one. Whatever the other one is, and I'll be trying to level up as quickly as possible, so I'm not too behind the herd. I think probably my answer. Spinkus, Maximus Spinkus Aurelius.
I'll probably have a wank.
Hey,
a fucking midnight on fucking New Year's Eve. You're going to have a wank? Is your missus aware of this?
Yeah, she'll be asleep.
Are you going to have company for this fucking wank?
Yeah, I'll probably have the family round, and I'll just say
and wank.
Just say challenge over. And then just drop my trousers and just bash one out. Yeah.
Just pull really hard down on your penis.
Will you manage to do it whilst the bongs are going? Will you finish before the last of the bongs on Big Ben?
Yeah, I'll probably save up a week's worth.
See, I've got a vision of a montage, like a proper 80s montage in my head now, of Matt, like a close-up of Matt's brow sweating, and then his eyes looking either way, and then like on the bong just really pulling his penis really hard on each one.
And he's posh, so he'll have Jules Holland on, so he'll have to try and get it off before Jules Holland starts fucking yapping.
Hootenanny!
That's true, actually. It was quite a turn-off. Yeah.
Right.
Who knows?
I think that one's covered.
Something will be covered.
Fuck's sake, Matt. Right, next question from our good and dear friend and press-up machine, Mr. Adamski. Dear Year of Shame, with the exception of Adrian, Why, oh why, aren't you guys just ploughing through your pile of games? I thought the whole reason for this was to give them the love and attention they deserve. The love and attention you had every intention of giving them when you bought them. Now, there they sit, untouched, unloved and unplaced, like an out-of-date tin of peaches at the back of the cupboard. Get back to the spirit of the challenge whilst you still can. You don't need any more games. Shut that fucking back door, bolt it, and do what you promised yourselves all along. Smash through your pile of shame. For fuck's sake. P.S. Uncharted 4 was fucking brilliant. It'll be worth the wait.
Yeah.
You're right, Ad.
Yeah.
Fucking calm yourself down,
Yeah.
son.
Yeah.
Fucking get off your soapbox, you prick.
See, the thing is, it's just difficult because life gets in the way. I think that's the main thing that we've said is the reason why we're not doing an AD and ignoring our wife and family and civilization each evening is because
I'm doing that.
Is that just life gets in the way and it's hard to get cracking with those games. Like Matt says, he gets like 1 hour a week to play video games. By the time he's loaded it up and remembered what the keys are, he's got to turn it off because he's got to go to bed.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? So we are trying, Adam. We are trying. It is difficult. We've got a couple of months left.
I'm not.
Yeah, apart from Jayce does not give one Slority shit. Sloppy.
There are
Slority.
fucking hills out there that need riding up. Shut up.
Don't tell me to shut up. Tell Adam to shut up.
Shut up. Yeah, shut up. Everyone shut up. Right, are we done with that one?
Yeah.
I like the next question. This question's fucking beautiful. Anyone playing Pokemon Go? Matthew Holloway, this is, by the way. Anyone playing Pokemon Go? How much time and money have you spent on it?
Fuck all time.
Right.
No money.
No money.
No money.
Many hours of time.
I think we've said enough about Pokemon Go.
And I haven't
Alright,
downloaded
okay.
it because
Refer to earlier on.
yeah,
There you
because it's Pokemon. No, thank you. Continue.
Matthew also says, is buying Nintendo's new mini NES console breaking the rules? I'm not planning on it. I feel it is, but I'm sure Backdoor Ben's on about buying this fucking mini fucking NES thing.
Oh yes, the USB powered
Don't
thing.
do it. Just do the fucking emulator thing and wait till they're all on eBay and you can get one cheap. Put your Raspberry Pi inside it and play all the games. Simple. That's what I'm going to do. Okay?
Cool.
Yeah,
Good.
I think
We
you
all
answered
agreed?
that.
Oh, Backdoor Ben's on with a stupid question. What is the plural of mongoose? Is it mongai, mong-I with an I, mongeeses? Any
I'd go
input
for the
for
first
the
one.
plural of mongoose?
Surely it's mongoose.
It is mongoose. That is the actual plural, but that wasn't one of the options.
I like
We
your
have to
style.
do that, mongoose.
Ben should go back to school and learn about plurals.
Did you learn?
Or
did
just
you
fucking
learn
Google
about
it rather than asking
monkeys
fucking
at
four
school?
idiots.
What kind of school did you go to? Fucking Hogwarts.
He fucking did.
Yeah.
Right then. Now we're moving on a bit now. The questions are getting a bit more intense. Richard Forder has said he'd like to ask a more highbrow question. Knob for a nose or nose for a knob? Now, personally, I'd like to be able to manage a nose for a knob, but I can't quite manage an entire nose. Maybe like Pygmy Shrew's nose. What are you saying? Neale, knob for a nose or nose for a knob?
Definitely. Are we talking human knob kind of transplant, or can you have an animal? Because, like, obviously the nose of an elephant, I'd have
You
that
have a
as a
fucking
knob.
sperm whale on your fucking
Exactly.
sperm whale's knob on your nose if you want.
The other important question is: so does this mean you end up with two noses or two knobs?
Jesus, that's.
I imagine so. Yeah.
Well, put it this way, I don't want a knob on my face because that would be one of the most embarrassing disfigurements you could possibly wish upon somebody. There is a Channel 5 program out there, isn't there? That's like the boy with a knob for a nose, but that's definitely not something that I want.
Is that a thing?
I will have anything else, but I'd rather have a different penis. I think I can cope.
If it was any nose, you could have an elephant's nose for a knob.
Yeah, that's exactly what I'm saying. Like, you could have an anteater or an elephant or something like that for your knob.
Tapir's
But
nose.
you just,
for a
but
knob.
then does it look like an elephant's trunk? You would not be able to close your trousers. You would be a tripod, basically.
And
A
what about
walking
when you
tripod.
sneeze?
But if you had the control of it that an elephant's got over his trunk, imagine the fun times you could have with that shit.
Just sniffing it all in. Jesus. Fellatio.
I'm not even thinking sexy sometimes. I'm just thinking stupid shit.
What were your mates in the pub?
Like lobbing it over someone's shoulder. Hey, what are you doing?
Stealing their drink from over them.
Stood at the bar and you send your fucking elephant trunk knob round the corner to fucking nick a pack of nuts while you're at the bar.
There you go. The possibilities are endless, literally.
I think, are we going to go with elephant trunk knob then?
Yeah.
Sounds that way. Nobody's got any objections. Right, we'll move on then. Right, Craig Duraz says, "Hi guys, many of the recent free digital releases from PS Plus and Gold are duplicates of physical copies that are as yet unstarted on my pile. So the question, are you finding yourselves in the same situation? If so, are you trading the physical copies to free up cash for your post-challenge spending spree? Has anybody had this situation
No,
where
I haven't
you've got
yet.
games that are
I haven't yet,
on
but
the
I think that's
Golds
a
or the
very.
PS Pluses?
I think that's a very clever way of doing it. I think if you're gaining, you've still got the game because you've got it digitally and you've got a physical copy, then do it. Get that money in and use that money wisely. Because I wish that was the case. I wish they were knocking out some of the big titles of physical copies because I'd trade in tomorrow. So I've got some extra cash to actually buy games, on credit, as it were. So
I think it's valid.
It's not happened to me yet, but when it does, boom, booyah.
Yeah, I think I've only actually got 4 physical games. I think I pretty much went digital at the start of this generation. I think the only ones I've got that are physical are the ones on the PS4. And I think as soon as I finish them, I'll just be selling them, just be sticking them on eBay or sending them to one of you lot.
I've just looked across the room and noticed that I do indeed have a physical copy of Sunset Overdrive sitting on the floor next to the Xbox.
There you go.
And that came out on the Gold recently.
Yeah, I think it was like last month or month before.
Now, I don't know whether, because I had that installed on my Xbox, did I have to then go and try and buy the digital one?
Yes, you do. Because I
probably didn't do that.
Probably missed that.
Yeah, I've rented that game when it came out, and I've got the save and everything like that, and then installed it in my view. Sent the game back, but then when it came to Games in Gold, once you've downloaded it, everything's there and installed, and all your games there, and everything that's waiting for you. So you should definitely do that. And the thing is, you probably won't get much money for Sunset Overdrive, but it's better than a kicking face, isn't it?
Yeah, I must have forgotten to do that. Anyway, yeah. So
possibly
nobody else has had that situation.
No, but good question. Thank you for that.
I think if you're in that situation, you just sell them and get rid of them.
Yeah,
of course you would. I think that's one of the other benefits of Gold, that you can have that little bit of resale value that you wouldn't have had, even if it is small.
It's definitely in the spirit of the challenge, where it's not going against the spirit of the challenge, because all you're doing is just saving a bit of extra cash.
No, of course not. It's not like we have any control over what comes on Gold or what comes on PS Plus, is it?
No.
We're at the whim of the developers and whoever cuts that deal with whatever provider. So, fucking crack on, do that shit. Yeah. Last question then. Matthew Holloway back on again says, do you guys consider Christmas games as a YoS gift if you wait until after New Year's to open it?
I think it's a very, very good question, because I think we might have differing opinions on this one.
Sorry, explain that question to me again. So is he saying that if you get a gift for Christmas, you're allowing yourself to get a game, having it before Christmas and using it? I don't understand. What's going on?
No, what he's saying is, if you get games for Christmas, but you do not open them until after New Year's, after the challenge ends, are you counting them towards your gifts from this year's challenge?
Oh, shit. Okay.
Now, I'll start here, because I've
Who
got
the
quite
fuck can get a Christmas gift and not open it straight away? Fuck off.
No, you can open the fucking wrapping paper and say, thank you, that's very nice of you for getting me this. But for me, I've got quite strong opinions on this, that if I get games for Christmas, especially as my birthday is only 2 weeks before said Christmas break period, I've got no issue with that. I will take as many games as people want to buy me. I will stick them on a pile in the corner, and I will treat them as my beginning of my new year of joy in 2017. So for me, I do not count it as a gift towards the challenge. It's 2 weeks, not even 2 weeks before the end of the challenge. I think we've done pretty well to get that far, if we have done, and I will not beat myself up about getting a couple of games for Christmas.
Jayce, what's your opinion on that? Is it polar opposite?
My opinion is I will not get a Christmas present, so it doesn't matter at all. simple as
What
that.
if we all club together and buy you something from Steam for 50p?
If you want to do that, mate, you crack on, and I shall take great pleasure in opening it when that gift arrives and playing it and loving it.
Aid, what's your opinion?
I think, I agree with Matt. I think the right thing to do is if you get a game for Christmas, you don't count it as part of the challenge. You stick it to one side, wait and play it once mother-in-law's gone home on New Year's Day. However, part of me does think that we've done this year of shame challenge. Do you know what? To get something for Christmas, and then which is 6 days before the end of the challenge. Do you know what? I think if anyone's going to get the knickers in a twist about playing a game, then I think they can go fucking swivel. To be honest.
Ooh, controversial. You're taking an even further right position. I like it. Neale, what do you think on that then?
I'm not sure. Initially, my initial thoughts are then it's completely fine. If you normally get a bunch of games, 5 or 6 games from aunties, uncles, etc., etc., brothers that don't know what to buy you, and they buy you, vouchers or whatever you for game everything. As long as you're not playing that new game in the year when you're not meant to be playing any new games, it's a gift. At the end of the day, it's not a problem. You're not going to slap your nan round the face and say, "No, nan, take it back. Can't play for 6 days." Don't you know I'm on a fucking challenge? I told you this last week. You're not going to do that. Well, at least I hope you don't do that. Don't do that, kids. It's naughty. So for me, it's if people are going to buy me games for Christmas, I'll keep said games and play them I will play them after New Year. I'll wait 6 days because at Christmas I'm not in the house anyway. I'm on park benches.
Okay, so this is where maybe
covered in piss like a tramp.
Maybe this is where I'm leaning slightly towards Ady's point of view in that I'm generally around at Christmas, and that's normally a time when I do get a good amount of game playing time in.
Okay, well,
I don't know how I'm going to feel at the time. I think part of me will say, fuck it, we're right near the end, but the other part of me will say, fuck it, we're right near the end, let's stick it out. So I think probably this would be an interesting point of discussion on our post-challenge show.
Exactly. You don't know how you're going to feel, because the thing is, you've done so well so far to get there.
Yeah.
You might think, well, it's like I'm doing with the birthday gift thing. Like my missus wanted to buy me No Man's Sky. She was like, I'm going to buy it. And I was like, no, don't buy it. Leave it. Because part of me just thinks, no, stick it out a bit more as much as you can. You're doing all right. So for 6 days at the end of the challenge, just so you can prove to yourself that you've got that willpower when other people won't have that, wouldn't have been able to go on the challenge in the first place, then screw it, mate. You'll be fine. Sort it out when you get there.
Yeah. I'm sure we can all stay strong at the end. I'm sure we can do it.
Yeah.
Juice.
Is that it all,
okay.
Jayce? Is that all done and dusted?
That's it, mate. That is all of our question part.
Excellent.
For this week.
Thank you very much.
This month, sorry. Thanks everybody for your questions. We do love you many, many long times.
They were very, very good. I think the quality and quantity of questions has increased every show, and I think it's really good to answer directly people's queries in this way. So thank you very much, everyone, for submitting those questions. And coming to the end of that section means we're coming to the end of the show. So it's about time we did the domestics. If you want to get in touch with us, there's a couple of ways you can do it. You can send us an email to yoschallenge4@gmail.com. Have we ever had any correspondence to that email address, Jayce?
Have you ever heard any of the community submissions that have come in via email with audio clips? One of which will be at the end of this show for anybody who wants to hold on after the music.
Oh, well, I was going to ask that later, but you've covered it off expertly. Thank you, Jayce. Okay, so
he's got such a smug look on his face now. Look at him. Fuck.
Oh no. You can also get us on Twitter at YoS Challenge 4. You can go to Facebook, where we have a Facebook group called something like YoS Challenge 2016 or something like that. I can't remember.
We will get this sorted by the end of the fucking challenge.
Do you know what? All we're getting at the minute is people
swimming.
wanting to join the group who've been on Facebook for 3 hours and who sell sunglasses. So we're
it's fine.
I
can tell you it's called YoS Space Challenge Space 4 Space Dash Space 2016 if you want to come and hit us up with some juicy Facebook love. I've lost my spreadsheet. Okay, so iTunes reviews, capital letters, 3 exclamation marks. We haven't had any since.
Who's been checking?
I don't know. I thought you did that.
See, we might have had lots, but I haven't checked.
No, I don't
Okay.
have iTunes.
We'll come back to that
as we speak. Hang on.
Go on
Yeah,
then, Adi, have a quick look.
I don't think we've had any, and we'd love them because it would be great to be on the new and noteworthy page again, or some other niche, minute, like weekly chart, and get to the top of the leaderboards. We all know how much Jayce loves to get up there. And then I guess the last thing is, if you don't want to talk to us as a collective but you want to speak to one of us directly, you can contact us all on Twitter. Jayce is at Jayce Stokes. I am at EggDaddy. Ady is at ADMG, which is ADYEMGEE. Or Neale is on at Baron Von Pleb. That concludes our domestics. I just want to say thank you very much for tuning in, giving us your love, showing us your support, and with that I should have given someone time to tell us if you've had any iTunes reviews. Chaps.
No.
Right, fuck you all then. Don't
No.
do iTunes reviews.
The last iTunes review was on the 9th of March, which honestly makes me want to cry.
That's fucking useless. So all you lot on Facebook who are giving us questions every week, I'm sure one of you can slide on over to iTunes, give us a cheeky
They're
little
probably all
5-star
fucking
review.
Android wanks though, aren't they?
Yeah, this is true. But, you know,
Set up
maybe
an account.
iTunes is
Do
old
it.
hat. Maybe you can do there's something we're missing out on. But no, seriously,
Give
thank
us
you
a
very much for
fucking
tuning in.
Yelp review
We
like a
love
wank restaurant.
the fact that some people bothered to listen to this show, and we love doing it. So
You
thank
can.
you very much.
You can public service announcement on the if you are on Apple and have an iPhone. If you go onto the standard podcasts app on Apple that no one ever uses, search for us on there. There's a little button that says leave a review, so you can do it. You don't have to have iTunes. You can do it straight from the podcast app on iPhone.
Fantastic. Thank you for that life hack, AD. I'm sure that will inspire some of the lazy fuckers who listen to the show to maybe get up their arse and give us some love.
And we've got codes.
I'd rather the questions, to be honest, because we can at least use that for content in the show.
Yeah, that's true. That's true.
So questions good, iTunes reviews at your pleasure.
iTunes
Yeah.
reviews, hipster.
At your pleasure, at your leisure. Okay, so I guess it's time for us to say goodbye. If you stay tuned after the show, there will be a post-show submission, which none of us apart from Jayce know about. So that's a nice surprise for us all. I have been Matt, and thank you for letting me be the host for the week. Everyone else, do you want to say your goodbyes?
No, I want to stay and talk about Pokemon Go for another hour
No,
or
fuck
two.
that
We'll
shit.
put that in the fucking outtakes, because I'm sure Neale will be asleep by then.
I'm not drunk. I'm perfectly fine. My eyes may look slinted, but it's only because I'm looking at myself constantly on Skype, like everybody does. As if anybody's going to look at your ugly faces when I can look at myself. No, thank you everybody. Goodbye. Thank you for listening. Love you. See you later.
Love you long time.
Toodle pip.
The Year of Shame Challenge.
Hello and welcome. Ah, fuck off. That wasn't enthusiastic enough.
That's going in.
Hello and fuck off.
Hello and fuck off. It's a good intro.
Hello, we played no games. Goodbye.
Yeah. That's it.
Welcome to the 80 Garlike podcast.
Yo, and thrice yo. This is Jayce from the editing room, which is my fucking living room, so I don't know what I'm talking about. Just wanted to say there should be an audio submission in this spot on this recording, but and it was from our good friend fucking Trev, and the link didn't work. So Trev, I can't play your audio, but now you're back in the UK, maybe we can get you on and listen to what you want to rant about on the show, rather than having to send something in. So sorry about this time, but yeah, if you do want to send audio submissions in the future, anybody, just send them over on the usual address, and we'll catch you next time.